as long as I worked in their investments in the property known as Garland.
Communicate with me. Now I can finally reveal the identity of my killer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm heard of Utopia?
Yeah, that's the capital of Israel, right?
Starting. Hi. Today we are going to be talking about tips you can use to cut a piece. We're not going to talk about dramatic structure or plot structure, just methods to cutting a piece. So the first thing you want to do when cutting a piece is you want to find a piece you want to perform.
Personally, we're thinking Giovanni Boccaccio.
We like Boccaccio. We're thinking prose cutting.
The first thing you're going to do when deciding if you want to cut a piece is read it from cover to cover.
Second thing you're going to want to do is decide if you actually want to perform this piece for the rest of the season.
Which, of course, in Boccaccio's case, the answer is yes. So, then you are going to read it, again, from cover to cover, not making any cuts yet.
The next thing you're going to do, and in our opinion this is the most important part, is you're going to find what you think is the climax of the piece. Which in Boccaccio's case is on page 457.
Boccaccio and his wife get in an argument as to which of the neighbors kicked the dog.
It's enthralling.
That doesn't actually happen. Once you have found the climax of the piece, you're going to begin the cutting process and try to build to the climax.
And there are several methods you can use to actually cut the piece. Method number one of cutting is taking your piece and using a pencil and marking the lines you like, and then rewriting them in a Word document and trying to formulate your cutting that way.
Another method for cutting a piece is photocopying every page and then cutting out the lines you like and trying to formulate the cutting that way. However, in Boccaccio, this is not an apt way to do it. If you had a smaller play, it would be very effective.
The third way to cut your piece is to have your coach do it for you. We cannot reiterate enough how important it is that you cut your own piece.
Even if your coach is Boccaccio and wrote Boccaccio, don't let him cut your piece.
If your coach cut your piece for you, you've lost your voice, you don't have as much heart in the piece, and suddenly it's not your interpretation anymore. It's your performance of your coach's interpretation of the piece.
Once you've got everything marked you like in the book, you can begin the process of cutting down your cutting of it.
Because realistically, the first time you cut your piece, it should be too long, and then you should have to cut it down to a 10-minute performance.
Your cutting is always a work in progress. As the season goes out, you might find that you're missing key aspects that you'll have to go back into the script and add to your cutting.
For example, turns out on page 842, Boccaccio's wife kicked the dog, which in my opinion makes a much better climax.
That didn't happen.
No dogs were harmed in the writing of Boccaccio. To recap, the first thing you're going to do when cutting a piece is read through it a couple times and decide if you actually want to do it.
After that, you're going to find the climax and build your cutting towards that climax.
From there, you're going to cut down your initial cutting so that it makes a coherent story that fits within the 10-minute time limit.
And your cutting is always a work in progress. As the season goes out, you might find that you're missing some key elements, so it's always alright to go back into the script and add more stuff into your cutting.
Hopefully we've helped a little bit if you are having trouble with the cutting process.
And we are going to have a video on plot and dramatic structure coming out soon.
So watch that one too. Okay, bye.